So I received a question from Kevin Thorne regarding what Dremel bits I use to Dremel, in particular, a Star Wars Stormtrooper helmet out so it can be usable on a figure. So I decided to make a short video going over different Dremel bits, and we'll also cover the Dremel bits that I would use for gutting out a helmet. So here's an overview of the Dremel bits that I have. I've kind of whittled it down over the years to what I actually need and use, and I've discarded anything else. The Dremel that I use, the Dremel 3000, is a variable speed Dremel, which is super important when you're trying to do fine detail work. And also you can go up to 10, which just guts things out pretty quick. This is a pretty common Dremel bit that I use. So one of the more popular Dremel bits that I use is actually a cutter. So I would use the cutter to lop off limbs that, in this case, I use the gloves and I use the boots for a custom. The rest of this is kind of fodder. Let's see what else. Same thing on a Call of Duty figure. I used his lower arms and his legs, so those got taken off with the Dremel disc. We got another example here with Wolverine. I just wanted his boots, so those were cut. The nice part about that is that it makes it pretty even as long as you have a steady hand. And then I also have a grinder that I use to really take things down to where I need them to be. Anyway, back to the question at hand. Let's see if I can pop this off. So as you can see, the ball joint that it sits on is quite small compared to a head. So here we go. So with something like this, I would start with a relatively small bit. This just fits in there. And take your time, work it around inside there. Then when that gets opened enough, you can go with a larger bit. The same thing, you would work that around. Then from there, you'd go with something even larger. And as you get near the outside of it, what I usually do is take it up to a light source, like a light bulb, and see if I can see through the outside of it to know how close I'm getting to the edges. But at the end of the day, for me, I was able to get this helmet to fit this head, no problem, and it goes right on and off with ease. Another little example of that is this guy here. See, I had to do slight Dremel modifications. I also had a problem with the head sitting too high, so I had to Dremel it down so it sits more comfortably on the neck post. Oops. Then there again are various bits you can use to do, like something like this would be for smoothing out an area, that type of thing. But that's primarily it. It's really just take your time with it. Maybe find a head that you have duplicates of that's kind of a fodder piece. Try dremeling that out, take your time with it, but start small and then work your way up. It's always easier to take out a little bit than it is to have to add. If you do have to add, you know, for example, say the helmet is too loose, I would recommend a bit of plumber's epoxy. Super cheap to get it, and it dries in a matter of minutes, and then you could then fine Dremel that so that you get the proper fit. And I'll show you a little quick look at my grinder. Here's my grinder, so I mean you can see it. Bunch of garbage on there from the last thing I Dremeled. But this primarily is just designed for me to either flatten the surface out, or if I am, say, taking armor pieces off of a figure that it's sculpted on, this will take away huge chunks of that figure that I don't want, so I can get it down to just the piece I need. So anyway, I hope that helped answer your question. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you later.
Bye. Keep watching for the next video. Come back soon. Bye.